Oh my gosh, hi. Hi. Sorry for the delay. I had to post everywhere and I forgot how to stream because it's been a couple days. I also set up a new ring light. So my camera's way up there now. It feels a little high, but we'll work on it. We'll adjust it. Hello. Oh, actually, let's do this one. Hi, Coding Vibe. Hi, Lena. I see you in the chat. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Yeah, it is. It's Thursday. I don't know why. I always want to start the stream with like, in case you didn't know, here's the day of the week. Yeah, I have been traveling. Oh my God. Okay, look, because y'all are here, I'll reward you with a very embarrassing picture. Which the reason this is so bad, the cable management, is because I just had to move. Oh God, the picture is even more embarrassing because I just have stuff everywhere. I had to move my PC over because when I set up the new ring light, the Elgato cable was suddenly too short. So it needed to be closer, and then there's just shit on the ground because of who I am as a person. And anyway, I don't think y'all are ready for this. Okay, my shame. I am on the other side of this desk right now. Oh God. It is that bad. Do not lie to me. So we have, Lord. Okay, like you can see my Stream Deck over here, my JavaScript notes, my coffee, all the stuff that's just supposed to be on my desk, and then just this cable, just nightmare. This is a space heater. I sure hope it's not plugged in. My strategy is to simply not. Yes, relatable. So my pal Liz made me watch a video by Evan and Caitlin, who do YouTube and Twitch, and they reorganized all their Twitch streaming room, and they basically made like an umbilical cord of cables, like just one big solid massive cables. And I was like, maybe that should be a thing. And then Liz also gifted me some like cable baskets, so I don't actually have to be super organized. I can just kind of hide it under the desk, just tuck them away. So that's on my list. I have at least 2 power strips. Oh, by the way, I ran out of outlets for my new ring light because it has a big boy. So this is it's plugged into my desk because my desk has outlets. So yeah, it's a mess. Maybe one day I'll show this as a before, but I'm only showing the people that are here right now. Okay, I can't show the wider world. It's just the embarrassment here. But yeah, you can see in the picture, I got an Elgato ring light. So it's actually set up to match my other lights. I've got the key lights, 2 key lights, 1 ring light. And I feel like I might be the only person that cares about this, but whatever, I'm going to talk about it anyway. I appreciate Elgato. Yes, I love the desk mounts. The desk mounts are so convenient. So I needed that because previously I had a floor tripod for my ring light, and it was just not working for me. As you can see by all the cables, it was basically just like messed up into all the cables. It was bad all the time. And so I wanted to get also an Elgato because I wanted it to set up with my other lights. So now when I press my light button, it is hooked up to all of them, right? So convenience. But the other reason I like Elgato, so I was looking, they have like, a page on their sustainability, right? And I was like, here, I'll pull this up for you. I was looking for a secondhand one specifically because the best way to not have an impact when it comes to buying tech is to simply not buy new. And that's true for everything. That's true for phones. That's true for video cameras. It's true for any kind of tech, because tech requires a lot of resources to create. So if you are buying new all the time, then you're putting more demand for that. So it's like, why create new when we could just buy secondhand? So I was hoping I was hoping that they would have some sort of like secondhand marketplace on their website. So I went to their like environmentally friendly, like sustainability page. And I do appreciate, so when you buy an Elgato thing nowadays, you have this molded cardboard instead of like styrofoam. They don't have a whole bunch of packaging anymore. So it's like actually pretty limited packaging, and it's all recyclable. And I'll get to this in a second, but I did find a secondhand one. Mine didn't even come with like the outside box, right? It just came in a plain old box with this molded cardboard. And then also the idea is like, you can also reuse it, and like they have the mounts that you can use for multiple things and stuff. So like thinking about like the other thing is, if you do buy stuff, you want to use it for as long as possible. That's like a very eco-friendly thing. But I was like, man, where do I buy a secondhand one? And I tweeted at them, and they told me that they actually sell like refurbished. So Elgato refurbish on eBay. So this is not the tweet. This is not true anymore. Let me see if I can find my tweet to them. But yeah, so I was like, do you have refurbished or secondhand anywhere? And they have eBay and Corsair both has pages for this. So you can buy like Corsair, I guess they have a bunch of different like gaming stuff and key lights. But like, here we go. I got my key light for 50% off. Looks exactly the same, works exactly the same, and didn't go to landfill. 10 out of 10. So I feel no guilt for getting a new key light. And then I will pass on my previous key light to somebody else who needs it. Or not key light, ring light. I keep saying key light. My previous ring light to someone who needs it. And then they don't have to buy a new one. And, you know, the cycle continues. So I was like, I want this, but I don't want to feel like shit about it. And here we are. So highly recommend. And then Corsair's website has a bunch as well. But most of this I found was like actual computer stuff, like keyboards and things like that. I didn't find, when I looked last, the Elgato stuff. But it also depends on what people return and things like that. So anyway, I thought that was great. Love finding little solutions. And now I'm an Elgato stan. Oh God, it came back. Help. Yeah, I the biggest thing with my like sustainability challenges has just been trying to like reformulate my brain. Like we live in a society, but when we think, oh, I need something, you just buy it, right? Like you don't like think twice about it. You don't spend a lot of time on it. So I'm trying to buy things either secondhand first or use someone else's. Like, oh, we bought we have a carpet cleaner that we use for pet stains. And one of our friends is like, hey, can I borrow that? Cause like we had a situation and we just need to borrow it. Like we don't need to buy one forever. Like, so lending stuff works really well. Just trying to think of creative solutions. So yeah. And then also you usually save money, which like who doesn't love to save money? So yeah. And it wasn't that hard. Sometimes you just got to use Twitter for good. I know, but it's possible. So yeah, what are we doing today? Yeah, same, because ADHD, but also if I forget about it, that's usually a sign I didn't need it. So I don't know what to say about that, right? Sometimes I'll put something in my cart and then wait a bit, like if it's on like an Amazon or similar like site that you end up going to later. And then you go back and you're like, oh, I didn't actually need that. I just thought it solved all my problems. This is how I became Joker pilled. Okay. I was talking with Liz about, Prime Day, which is coming up, and like I'm not perfect. I still shop on Amazon, partially because I stream on Twitch. I watch a lot of Twitch. Amazon owns like half the internet because of like just the what am I trying to say? Not containers. If you know what I'm trying to say, like, but all the servers, all the like serverless stuff is every website uses Amazon. So you can't really avoid it. And that's how they make most of their money, is not by the products. So I try to like pick more ethical options on Amazon when I do use it, whatever. But yeah, so I try to like leave stuff in there to wait. And half the time it's like, oh, I didn't actually want that. It was just like an impulse purchase. But I got served this article and an ad that was like, even if you don't think you need anything, here's these Prime Day things that you'll want. Like we guarantee you'll find something on this list. And I was like, God, what a terrible, like we live in hell. And the list was, of course, things like, I don't know, like a floss pick and like stuff that you look at and you're like, yeah, I could be the person that flosses every day. Like it's very much selling you like a fantasy of who you want to be versus who you are. Anyway, all this to say, I bought my ring light. I got it refurbished. And that means it works. Right. So that's another thing. But yeah, trying to be ethical. So yeah, if I know anyone that needs a ring light, like hit me up, because I'm either going to sell it or give it away. I don't necessarily need money for it. I just want to get it, out of my house and not in the landfill. Okay, so what are we doing today? Good question. So I'm thinking we'll do a little bit of free code camp. I haven't touched it since the last time I streamed, which was a while ago now. Let's see where we're at on this. But nope, I already did that one. This one, JavaScript. So we are at nesting for loops. Okay, we're doing loops. I guess my stream title is fake. That's okay. But the other thing I was thinking about is maybe working on some Hacktoberfest stuff. So, I'll pull up the website. My coffee is in the way of my keyboard. Let me fix that. There we go. All right. I always want to say Hacktoberfest, hosted by DigitalOcean. This year's sponsor is also AppWrite and Docker. So I like the theming for this year, number one. I think it's real cute. And low-key, I want a t-shirt. Okay, I'm not going to lie. I've been doing a lot of Hacktoberfest prep for work. So like Kamunda is doing a Hacktoberfest, I guess, challenge. Let me pull that up. Hacktoberfest. Kamunda. Nope, Kamunda. This is what I get for being silly. Okay. So this is the third year Kamunda has done it. And I got to help plan and organize this, which was really fun. And I'm working on it. So Hacktoberfest generally is an open source initiative to get people to contribute to open source, not just code, but also design or documentation, all kinds of stuff is welcome. And the big draw is you get a t-shirt and like a swag pack. This year they're only doing it for the first 40,000 people. So I could already be late because it's the 13th and I'm sure people submitted stuff really quickly. But it's a lot of people's introduction to contributing to open source. Contributing to open source is also something that's been on my list for a while. So this just seems like it all kind of goes together. Like I want to do more Hacktoberfest. I want to do more open source. Like it's all in the same vein. The thing about Hacktoberfest, okay, the way you qualify is you submit 4 pull requests. You have 4 accepted pull requests from what do they call it? Approved repos, I suppose. Like, so when you go into either GitHub or GitLab, let me see if I can find, here it is. Pull requests, you're looking for a project that is tagged Hacktoberfest. They accept and merge your request, and then they tag it like Hacktoberfest accepted, and that's how you get your 4. So you want to do more than 4 just in case they don't get approved. There's been some spam issues in the past, so like they really are trying to get you to do like high quality contributions. Like don't just go to a repo and fix one typo and be like, is that it? Can I get my t-shirt? So I've been thinking about like, okay, how do I want to participate in this? Because I don't know if there's large things I want to do for Hacktoberfest in the Kamunda repos, if I want to do a third-party project, like all that. So yeah, the first 40,000 participants get either a tree planted in your name or a t-shirt. Our Kamunda challenge is also 4 pull requests in any Kamunda repo, and then you get a t-shirt with this cool design, and we're also planting trees for every pull request. So even if you don't do 4, if you do 1, we'll plant some trees for you, which is pretty cool. So all that to say, have I logged into GitHub on this computer? I have not. I'm going to do that off screen just in case I'm sharing some bad stuff. Some passwords, some secrets. This sounds like a video game track. Like I just had a flashback. Does anyone else, like, I get why 2-factor auth is important, but I hate it. There we go. All right, so GitHub, my new home away from home. I've been hanging out on GitHub a lot. Oh, and this is really funny. So I'm reviewing like the submissions to the Kamunda Hacktoberfest challenge, and someone tried to submit a bunch of pull requests that I had done. Like some of the ones I had done in Kamunda. Like they said their username on GitHub was my username. And then they submitted stuff that I had done, which didn't even qualify because I haven't done anything in October whatsoever. So this was all like September stuff, and they tried to submit it as a thing. And I was like, this is really funny because that's me. Not only does it not qualify for a million other reasons, but like literally I'm the person reviewing this, and you're pretending to be me because you want a t-shirt, and that's wild. Yeah, 2-factor auth. I know there's like a device instead of a phone. Like I remember they had this for WoW. But I feel like that would also be annoying because at least I usually have my phone on me. But if my phone dies and then I try to log into something, I'm like, well, guess it's not happening. So I do a lot in the Camunda Community Hub, which has 169 repos. Nice. And let's see who's participating in Hacktoberfest. So we have 18 repos. So I could go try to find something in here. Oh yeah, and I put some of the org, like the meta repos. So like you had the WoW fob. That's so cool. I mean, at least with WoW, you're like, you have the fob and you're at your computer. Like that kind of makes sense. So like I reorganized all this information, and there's like a bunch of files in here. But I was like, yeah, I'm going to put this with the Hacktoberfest label, because if people want to contribute to, this and make it better and make it more readable or whatever, totally open for that. And I don't really want to contribute stuff to my own repos. Okay, cool. Just making sure that's good. So I think that's out. I'll dig through some of the other Camunda ones to see if there's anything I feel like I can help with, because my code skills are limited. But what I was thinking of working on, let me find, I think I started, is Code Thesaurus. So this is a very cool project. This is by Geeky Girl Sarah, who I know from the internet. And I found this through Chael Codes, who's another streamer. Actually, let me do a shout out. Shout out. Chael Codes. And you know what? I'll shout out Geeky Girl Sarah too, because why not? So I found it through Chael Codes was doing a stream contributing to this. So what it is use this tool to compare language components from languages you know and don't know, or just use it as a cheat sheet. So the idea is you pick a concept. So let's do classes, because that's the first one. Hi, Miles. Hi, buddy. Miles is like, please pay attention to me. Okay. Oh, hold. Everyone say hi. Hello, Miles. Is this what you wanted? My sweet boy. Don't lick me. I'll pull his bench a little closer if he wants to hang out. All right. Anyway, back to Code Thesaurus. So you can use it to compare, so I picked a language I know is a strong word, but like I've done some stuff in Python. I've done some stuff in JavaScript. Go. Well, I did this and they were like, oh, there's no entry for classes about JavaScript, which I thought was really interesting because that seems like a thing they should have. But when you look through the repo, there's issues created for all these different things. So like, please add this content for this stuff. And they're all tagged Hacktoberfest. They're all tagged help wanted. So they all want help. So what I might do for Hacktoberfest is add this information, because like there's a template already. I'm trying to see, I wonder if there's one we can find. So maybe like, do I do this? One that is there. What's a language people like? Perl? C++? Yeah. Okay. So here's an example of, classes for C++, which is a thing I don't know about at all. So there's like what the concept is, and then just example code and a couple of notes and things like that. And I think this could be a really good thing for me to contribute to, because it's not actually coding anything, but it's code adjacent. So I'd be able to, like, if I wanted to do Python or JavaScript, I can help with that. So that might be what I do for Hacktoberfest. I don't know. What do y'all think? Any ideas? on if that's a good idea or not. I feel like this is a worthy project, number one. And also, it seems like it fits some of my goals here. TypeScript? Yeah. TypeScript is the new hotness. People love it. And yeah, this looks way easier than the C++ one. Way fewer notes. It's just like, hey, this is what it is. So yeah, I think this is really cool as an idea. Python? Python has stuff. So maybe JavaScript is what I'll do, especially because I'm learning that right now. JavaScript. Let's see. Add classes, add lists, arrays, hashes. Oh no, did people already claim these? Let me see. Is the text big enough? I can make it bigger. If I could remember. There. That is probably better. But let me know if you'd like it to be bigger. Pull request. Okay, cool. So someone's already done this. Someone's doing this one. Okay. Classes, sorry, hashes. So I guess the JavaScript ones are taken. Python? No one's assigned to this, but I also don't know how to do queues and stacks. So I don't know if that's a good one for me. Add to GitHub actions. Oh, that plush is so stinking cute. Are you kidding? I'm a Mareep stan, so obviously that's my weakness, but this life-size baby, if y'all haven't seen it, look at this. Look at this. Look at how you can be best friends. My stupid purchase from a little while ago, $500, geez. And you think it would be a little bit better because the yen is weak to the dollar right now, but of course it's not. My stupid similar purchase was this fat cat plush. It's huge. It's so big. But this is so sad. So it's made out of like a, I don't know how to describe the material. It's like I need to turn down this music or I'm gonna lose my mind. Okay. It's like more plasticky. Like it wouldn't wash very easily. It's not like, soft, and therefore I feel like if I get anything on it, it's going to stain immediately. So we don't actually, like, I thought it would be like a little beanbag chair, and it's not, but it is. Look how big this thing is. It's so stupid. You're hovering on the card screen. I mean, you should get it. Is this not? Oh, that's the little one. New releases. Oh, it's so cute. Oh, page not found. Security. I guess they think I'm a bot trying to buy it. There we go. We need all the jumbo Pokemon plushies. I mean, come on. Look at this. It has its own rug. Hello, friend. Hello. Look at... She's having the time of her life, okay? She's never been happier. Yeah, the downside with liking things like Pokemon or Hello Kitty is they just don't stop coming up with information, with merch, and you're like, I want it. I want it. Okay, let's see. This is... Okay, this is adding actions, which I could probably do. Okay. Let's go back to this. Is open. Labels. Let's try good first issue. And then can I sort by assignee, assigned to nobody? Yeah, okay. Languages. I don't go here. I barely know languages. Oh, I should add the Hacktoberfest label to my stream in case anyone is looking for that. Heck. Hell yeah. Now it's like ADHD, LGBTQIA+, non-binary, bisexual, Hacktoberfest. All my genders. Okay. Fix. Publish stats page. Add browse feature. Oh man, yeah, we do need that because that was the thing I was having trouble with. Add strings, add lists, add strings. Add COBOL. Interesting. I love that somebody wants COBOL. GitHub Actions. Number types are not useful for all languages. Okay, so this is published data on page visits, so contributors can see the most requested missing items. I also thought a stats page of most commonly looked up comparisons would be interesting, perhaps a stats page at the top of the site, along with different data. This issue is to think through how this might work or what this might look like. Since early March, lookups have been tracked in a database. There's presently no record on whether they passed or failed. This probably needs a bit more thought. Okay. Hi, geeky girl Sarah. I think I could help with this issue if you're open to using something like Google Analytics. I don't have a ton of coding experience, but I've worked with analytics tools before. Let me know your thoughts and we can talk through what this would look like. Okay, cool. So I'm working on claiming an issue. Let me see if there's any. I love how organized this is, by the way. Not every repo has this many things labeled like this. I just don't feel like I can help with some of these languages I don't know about. Like I could look it up, find the information and put it in there. But it feels like it should be somebody that knows the language, right? JavaScript. Yeah, see, that's not there. And then is this one there? No. Oh, I forgot to read the contribution guidelines. That's important. Don't be me. Hello, I'm glad you're reading this. I could use help, blah, blah, blah. Oh, wow. This has been a Hacktoberfest project since 2018. That's very cool. Here, I'm going to zoom a little bit on this. We could use working on site features or bugs, filed as issues, adding language information, add new languages. Those may not have issues, but you're encouraged to add them. Working on documentation. Wait, look at their documentation site as well. Do they have on Code Thesaurus? Do they have? They don't have HTML and CSS. Now it's okay. I'm putting a pin in that for now. If you wish to claim an issue, review the whole thing, leave a comment, I'll add you. Okay, you have a week-ish, and then she'll check in, and then you'll be unassigned. Okay. The ultimate goal is to create the best polyglot developer reference tool, regardless of the language they code in. Okay, so that to me says that HTML and CSS should be in there, but maybe it doesn't fit in the current format. So something to look. Okay, did you find a bug? Here's how you do the thing if you're doing a thing. Issues marked with a front end tag are open. Okay. Here's, let me look at the, oh, this is the documentation. Overview. Okay, contributing. Whom? Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Some languages are easy to compare and others aren't. I like that there's a language called LOL code. That's a thing I'm going to open in another tab. Some languages should be compared against their versions, yes. Some have separate variations of the same thing, yes. Incomplete language should still be searchable. Project should be easy to contribute to if you have 1 month of experience or 20 years, yeah. Someone who wants to contribute to one language shouldn't be put off by having to filter through others. Some languages are compiled, some are interpreted, some are designed for desktop or mobile apps, and some are designed to run within browsers. This should be accounted for. Some concepts exist under different names. Example functions, subroutines, and methods are all the same thing. Okay. Why JSON? Why JSON Derulo? Okay. I love that there's a language called, I guess, brainfuck. Also good. Let me see. To be written. Okay. I'm now going to look to see if in the issues there's anything about CSS or HTML. These are all just things about adding things to the website. Is there a search on this? Have questions or problems? What is esoteric programming language? Oh, there's a whole page for it. A programming designed to test the boundaries of computer programming language design as a proof of concept, as software art, as a hacking interface to another language, or as a joke. Fascinating. Oh, this is wild. Wild. I love programmers. Y'all are wild. Okay. So I'm going to actually... I think I'm going to post in the... I feel like... So what I'm debating is, do I want to open up the can of worms about our HTML and CSS programming language? Trying to figure out if that's a thing I want to do. And do I want to do it as an issue or do I want to do it in discussions? Let's open these again and see. Okay, I'm going to add it as an issue because that's what it says to do with new languages. So here's a template. So I'll do CSS. And actually, I think I should look up CSS versions because I know there's several versions. Ugh. CSS1, CSS2, CSS3. So CSS3 is the one I'm going to request, but we can also... let's see. CSS is a cornerstone language for web development. Web development. Is that accurate? This says cornerstone technology of the World Wide Web. I'm going to say for front end. For front end, and is currently missing in the code thesaurus. I would like to add CSS3 and previous versions if we think it would be useful. You're back and re-engaging. Look, what's the dilemma? That it costs money? I'm not the person to talk to if you want to save money. Like, I love saving money, but I can also justify everything. I do think you picked a very difficult fandom because they put out a lot of merch. Is Altaria one of your favorite Pokemon? Like, legitimately, if it's not in your top 10, maybe it's not worth it because they're going to give giant plushies of the Pokemon that are in your top 10 at some point. It is so expensive. It's true. I started buying Hello Kitty and other Sanrio merch again, and Lord, what a mistake. What a mistake. I bought a what is it? Squishable? Whatever they're called. I bought a My Melody one. It's so cute. I love it. It's on my couch in here. Yeah, Squishmallow. Okay. Did I say that in any of the words that I just said? Anyway, whatever. I bought a My Melody one, and now I want more. Oh, yes, that's right. They revealed them at SumCon. They were really cute. I saw the Pikachu one. I was like, I would like you. I looked and didn't see previous discussion on including HTML and CSS. So I wasn't sure if there was a specific reason they aren't already included. I am not sure if they will perfectly fit into the what are they called? Like the designations, the language, the fit into the parent. We're gonna was that let me know your thoughts. Would love to dive in on this and HTML as well. Can I do Markdown? Just kidding. Markdown's not. if I'm worried that this is not related, then Markdown is for sure not. Okay, CSS is a cornerstone language for the front end and is currently missing in the code thesaurus. I guess it's just called in code thesaurus. No, the E. I would like to add CSS3 and previous versions if you think that would be useful. I looked and didn't see previous discussion on including HTML and CSS, so I wasn't sure if there was a specific reason they weren't already included. My concern was that I'm not sure if they will fit. I'm going to say fit easily into the current organization of language concepts. Let me know your thoughts. Would love to dive in on this in HTML as well. Boop. Look at me doing Hacktoberfest stuff. And then I'm going to add some labels if they'll let me. Nope. Okay, I guess that's only a maintainer thing. Totally fine. Okay. Is this a PR? No. But yeah, this is super cool. Okay. Oh, here we go. Sarah already commented. Actually, it's probably simpler. There are 2 database tables that track stats. So you can just use some Python model wrangling to get data. You could do SQL if you felt up to it. No Google Analytics. How do you feel about that? I haven't done either of these. Help. Let's see. Python database analytics. Like, is this a thing I could learn? RIP coffee. I mean, it's noon. It's noon, so I guess it's time to finish coffee. Okay, I don't think I'm using the right terms here. We go back to kilo. There we go. Python model. How do you create a data model? This would actually, if I could learn how to do this, this would also be useful for me in other aspects, because one thing I do at Camunda is help manage like the forum and a couple of other things where we have a lot of data that we are not currently using to the fullest extent. So this is actually really handy if this seems like a thing I can learn. Okay, the process of creating data models using the syntax and environment of the Python programming language is called data modeling in Python. A data model is a data abstraction model that organizes different elements and standardizes the way they relate to one another and to the properties of real-world entities. In simple words, data modeling in Python is the general process by which this programming language organizes everything internally and it treats and processes data. The data model is the building block of Python. Internally, data model has its design and code blocks for implementation. It's composed of entities, and entities are none but the objects. It is said that everything is an object in Python. Each entity has its own attributes, properties, and methods, actions, or behavior associated with it. Each object has 3 attributes: an identity, a type, and a value. Identity, type, value. Here we go. I mean, this is like advertising their thing, so that's not exactly it. Okay, Udemy. think it's simpler. There's 2 database tables. Python model wrangling or SQL. I just want some information. I don't need all the extras. Hello, Coding Vibe. I'm assuming you're in a meeting. Would you like me to catch you up on what we're doing? Yes, please. Okay, hold on. Hold while I hydrate. Okay, so for Hacktoberfest, I'm looking to contribute to Code Thesaurus. And I was originally thinking, oh, I'll do some JavaScript stuff because they're like, oh, we don't have this entry, but those are already claimed and they're already in a pull request, so I can't do those. So I found this issue, published stats page, basically a stats page. And they're specifically wanting like what's most popular or what data that's missing is most popular as well. So like if you get to the oops page on JavaScript classes and that's like the most popular thing people are trying to look up. So I thought this was good because I was like, oh, I've done stuff with analytics before. And Geeky Girl Sarah said that, you know, lookups have been tracked in a database, but currently we don't do anything with it. So maybe like a stats page at the top of the site with data looked up from the database. This issue is to think about how this might work or what this might look like. And I was like, well, can I do Google Analytics? Because I don't have a lot of coding experience. And she's like, actually, it's probably a bit simpler. There are 2 database tables that track stats. So you can just use some Python model wrangling to get that data. You could do SQL if you felt up to it, or SQL if you felt up to it. No Google Analytics. What do you like? How do you feel about that? And I'm like, because I've done a little bit in Python, but not much. And so I'm trying to determine if this is something I could do. Like, I think SQL is also an option, but because I've done Python, I'm like, that seems less scary. And long term, I would like to know how to work with analytics and databases. So this is something that's on my list. I'm just trying to determine if this is a thing I can do now or if it's too complicated for me. And I know you know about all this stuff, about databases and MySQL and stuff. So, yeah. She said Python or SQL, but almost everything is like using MySQL. So I don't know if that's a good idea. Like, what's a database? You'd be using Python to execute SQL commands probably. Okay. I just wanted an example of what a database looks like. I mean, yeah, like it's just like a table, right? Like a table with a bunch of information. Fascinating. I think you could do it. You definitely have to ramp up on it. Yeah, that's fair. The other thing I did is I suggested adding CSS and low-key HTML, which are both currently not at all in Code Thesaurus. And the goal is for this to be a reference, but I don't know that it would fit in the language concepts that there are currently, because most of this doesn't exist in those things. But I wanted to at least start the conversation about it, and I can always submit the data as a Hacktoberfest issue before maybe this is like, maybe this would have to be sorted where it's like CSS and HTML is like front end, or maybe there's like, they mentioned like some other languages like that are more esoteric and how they don't line up, so you can't always compare them, but that might be a thing to do long term, is to create a separate thing for like these languages that don't really fit as well into this current format. So I opened that issue as well. Yeah, exactly. That was, I said that, or well, maybe I said it less good, but I think I still think it's valuable, because the goal of this is to be, where is the page I was looking at specifically? Yeah, like look at two programming languages and compare that. And like, that's maybe not useful for HTML and CSS as much, because there's not necessarily an alternative, but I still feel like because of the reference sheets and because that's like also a use case, that might be useful. Anyway, we'll see. I wanted to open the discussion because I didn't see it anywhere else. So I'm trying to decide now. I think I could do this. So let me go back to Free Code Camp, because I do think there's actually a course about this. Yeah, data analysis with Python. Let's see. Python, SQL, and other libraries have changed this. You'll learn the fundamentals. You'll learn the whole process of data analysis. You'll be reading from multiple sources. Process that using NumPy and Pandas, and visualize it using Matplotlib, and Seaborn. And then there's also Jupyter Notebooks. You ordered the bird! Pew, 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 pew. Everyone, please clap. And now, oh my God, it really thinks I'm a robot. It's like, are you trying to buy all the expensive Pokemon plushies? This is incredible when you get it. Yeah. Oh, true. Just don't forget, because mystery $500 purchase is not the best, right? I love hate pre-orders that don't actually charge you, because then later it's like, I got the Trixie Mattel doll, and they only charged like $10 or $50 at first, and then they charged the rest when they shipped it. And like, I get it, but then I had a charge that I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about this. But yeah, when you get them in February 2023, I fully expect many photos and maybe a stream. If you do a stream, can you write it off on your taxes? So at the very least, I mean, I have some resources. There will probably be a TikTok. Good. Are you popular enough on TikTok that you get paid like, a cent or whatever for TikToking? I know that's a thing. TikTok Creator Fund or whatever. And this is even, I mean, it's kind of data analysis, this problem, but it's really more displaying data, right? Yeah, okay. We said the same thing at the same time. Yeah, it's not even analysis, because it's just like making a chart, right? I'm making a chart, but I don't know how to do that. Get the data and then show it. Okay, let's see. She responded to this. HTML as a markup language doesn't really have concepts like functions, loops, etc., so it's not a fit. There's some languages that do the same thing. So the code and thesaurus just doesn't work for HTML. Yeah, I totally understand why it made a good fit with but I was digging into the docs about and saw some and other languages that are difficult to compare. And saw some why don't I just quote the thing I read? Docs? Saw this. Some languages are easy to compare and others aren't. It made me think that for the hard to compare languages, it might still be valuable to have them as a reference sheet, but not in the comparison not in the drop down list for comparisons. As a reference sheet, but not in the drop-down list for comparisons. Does that make sense and fit the goal of the project? Totally fine if it's out of scope. Smiley face. They mentioned Haskell is one of the difficult to compare ones. Let's see. Yeah, so there's just like a lot of things that aren't a thing. And that is going to be also true of CSS and HTML, right? Let's see, data types. Yeah. This is making my brain hurt. Okay, let's see. That's another one. Perl, APL, whitespace, lol code. Perl. Newer CSSs have looping functions variables. I mean, there are variables, I know that, but are there loops? CSS 3? Okay, so there are loops in CSS, which I've never used, but that's a thing. If statements. Okay. Yeah, so there's a couple things like that, but like you can't do loops in HTML. I think that's just a fact. It made me wonder about including the hard to compare languages as a reference sheet. But like you said, CSS3 has many of these concepts, but it doesn't make sense to compare it to a language like I don't know, Ruby. It could fit with the current project. But it doesn't necessarily. I guess this is a larger thought than just adding CSS3, but does that make sense? Sense? Is that in scope for this project? Totally fine if it's not. And the thesaurus part is the core versus the reference sheets. Some languages are easy to compare, others aren't. Made me wonder about including the hard to compare languages as a reference sheet, but not including it in the drop-down list for comparisons, like you said. But what do you think? Is that in scope is not right. Does that align with the values? Or does that align with your goals for this project? Totally fine if not. Okay. Oh, hello, bestie. How are you? I'm doing Hacktoberfest stuff. and I set up my new ring light, and I also exposed myself and shared my my terrible cord management. So, but that was just for the early birds. It's the first stream I've done in a while. So far, I'm just doing Hacktoberfest stuff because that sounded more fun. It's not that bad. Y'all are liars, and it's fine. It's fine. Hey, Twitty Such, how's it going? All my friends are here. Look, it's not my fault. Okay, so that is that. Now I'm going back to this melting emoji. No, not the hives. Why do the hives come back? How absolutely dare they? I don't know if I'm willing to commit to this, but I feel like I could. You did. You did give me some baskets to put my cables in, and I will be doing that at some point. I promise you. Oh, I hope you feel better. Hives are the worst. The worst. Bodies are the worst. One time I thought I had stress hives, actually, because it was midterms and I was living a hard life at the time. Turns out it was undiagnosed ADHD. Like a good amount of it was leading to most of that stress. Good times. And I went into the clinic at school and I said, I have stress hives. And they said, no, you have bed bugs. And I started crying because I was very stressed out by the idea of having bed bugs at a time where I was already stressed out enough that I thought I had stress hives. And then they were like, do you need to see the counselor? And that's not the appropriate way to respond to someone who's crying in your office. Like, sorry, I'm crying in your office, but also like, I think having bed bugs is an appropriate thing to cry about. I don't know. It's very stressful. And it continued to be stressful because I found out I had bed bugs on a Friday afternoon and the exterminator had already gone home for the weekend. So they didn't see it. They didn't come help me at my apartment until Monday. And then even then they were like, we don't see signs of bed bugs. You should sleep here again. And it ended up taking several weeks to get it treated. And it was a big pain in my ass. So the cheers were very justified. I think Lena has the right idea. What am I looking at? Just a really big Pokemon plush. This is the theme of the stream today. But like, look how happy. Look at this. That solves all problems. Apparently it just went up for sale today. But like, look at these two. Look how happy they are. Have you ever just stared with such love at a plushie? So cute. I'm obsessed. Best friends. Is there a Lucario one? I only care about the cute ones. Did I spell it wrong? Is it not out yet? No, it's here. They keep thinking I'm a robot. They think I'm a bot here to buy all their expensive giant plushes. Lucario is too humanoid for me. Sorry, not the kind of Pokemon I'm into. He stands? He stands? What? No, this is too much. They're on a date. Bye. Have a good day at work. Stop. What is this? Stop. No. I don't like it. I don't like it. Like, why does this look like they're dating? This looks like the people that buy the like realistic anime like blow up dolls and then they're like, this is my girlfriend. That's what it looks like and I don't like it. Meanwhile, the Altaria one just looks like, hello, I am Cloud. Hello. Hello. Hi. How are you? The perfect house husband. True. Speaking of Way of the House Husband is releasing a book that's like tips and tricks on house husbandry. And I need it. I want to learn the cleaning and cooking tips. He listens to your concerns and makes sure he's safe when you sleep. No thanks. I'm good. I don't love Lucario. Like, I don't know. He's not for me. Although I like the T-posing. Oh, there's a whole category for why does the Pokemon Center website hate me specifically? There we go. Here's all the giant ones. Oh, there's an Arcanine. Cute. I need a not just like a 15-inch and above, because that also includes like fairly small ones compared to what I'm asking for, which is these life-size ones. I still want the Mareep. Sorry, it's just true. I have this one, I think. I have a Sleeping Sylveon. Oh, yeah, this is the one I have downstairs. Very cute. I got it in Japan. Hi, Jail Codes. Oh my gosh. Hi, I was just talking about you. The Mareep is the best one. Look, I think Mareep is underrated as a Pokemon, and look how cute it is. Shut up. I die. Everyone wants the Mareep. Arcanine is top 10. Okay, see this is what I feel. I feel like because these are so expensive and you can't justify them for every single Pokemon they come out with, it has to be one of your top 10. It's Chill Codes, the Hacktober poster adult. True that. I do want, of course you want all of them, but it's more like my wallet says I can't have all of them. Hey, is the Pokemon website always this bad, or does it really just think I'm trying to buy all the expensive plushies and resell them on the black Pokemon market? Okay, the sheep are very cute. Chael has sheep that are eating like the weeds and stuff in her yard, and I want that. Are they better than, oh my god, this is me and the Mareep. Are the sheep better or worse than the goats? That's my question for you. Look at this. This is way less creepy than the Lucario. Okay, thank y'all, because I was worried that they thought I was a hacker. I know, as someone who checks daily. Oh, Lord. Okay. So the reason I mentioned you earlier, Chael Codes, is because I'm looking at contributing to Code Thesaurus, which I found out about because of you. But it's a really cool project, and I closed all my tabs about it. Hold. Boop, 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 boop. Not docs. I guess it's codethesaur.us. That's fine. We'll get there. Watch and learn. There we go. Yeah, I think this is a really cool tool to compare languages. And so now I'm talking with Geeky Girl Sarah async, but also sync because I'm live. And that's really funny to me about helping. So yeah, originally I was thinking that I'd pick JavaScript, and it said like, oh, there's no entry for this, but all the JavaScript ones have been claimed and they're already like in the PR process. So I can't help with that. So I'm trying to find stuff I can help with. Sheep are way better, cuter. They eat ground up and they hang out together in a herd. Oh, I love that. Good for them. And also they didn't destroy your, whatever the thing, chimenea, whatever it is, the outdoor oven. Yeah, like what, Coding Vibe? Because I know you recently got one from the Boring Company and you replied and you were like, I hate Elon Musk, which is what I do anytime I get something for Web3. Nice. Okay, sheep are peaceful creatures. They don't destroy. Goats, however. Goats. So yeah, so one thing was to publish this data of basically page visits. And then one idea is like, so people can see which are the most popular, like requested missing items. So like I just looked up the JavaScript classes and that didn't show up. So maybe it would be like, oh, that's clicked on way more often. Like we should show like what's most requested. And then also just like commonly looked up comparisons or how popular reference sheets are. Oh, let me read this. The pitch is reframe the future of digital behavior modification. Their mission is to help people break negative habit loops and unlock the best version of themselves, starting with alcohol reduction, stress management, sleep improvement, in partnership with Harvard and Emory. They use an evidence-based scientific approach to help guide people through reframing their relationship with negative habits. Yeah, I mean, that the thing is, all that sounds great, but then you're going to tell me it's like they reinvented a bus system or something. Like that's the problem with tech bros, right? So I'm curious what the actual product is, because it could easily be some scammy nonsense, right? But I'm always down for alcohol reduction, stress management, and sleep improvement. Those are important things. So yeah, the info is in a database. Oh God, a metaverse wrist rubber band. Truly. I know there's like a posture wearable that like you put in your back, and if you slump, it'll like kind of buzz and tell you to sit up straight, which I honestly have thought, like, I go back and forth between that's silly and okay, but I kind of need that. At least that does something. But yeah, it's like a rubber band. Like every time you think about like drinking too much alcohol, no, don't do it. Like, okay, we're going back to 7th grade therapy techniques. Okay, so my first thought was like, oh, if we use something like Google Analytics, I can figure this out. I don't have a ton of coding experience, but I've done analytic tools before. And then Geeky Girl Sarah said, actually, it's probably simpler. There's already 2 database tables that track stats, so you can use some Python model wrangling to get the data. You could also do it in SQL if you felt up to it, no Google Analytics. And I'm like, is this something I'm capable of? That's the question I'm currently trying to figure out. Posture correcting harness. Look, I just need more awareness of my human body. That's a major problem for me, just generally. What am I doing? Nobody knows. What's my body doing? I don't think about it. 2 database tables that track stats, so you can just use some Python model wrangling to get the data. So maybe like show database data chart Python. Here we go. I don't know if I need to use all this, but we'll see. Boop, 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 boop. Scroll, scroll, scroll. This is the table. This is the stuff in the table. What if we look at the tables first and see how we feel? That is a good idea. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, and then it does that. Okay. See, if this looks simple to me. Like, this looks doable. But that's a good idea. Let's look at the repo. Which I'm going to guess is in here. Like, where would they be? Is it in here? Oh God, it's all Python and Django. Oh God, what's happening? This is the GitHub stuff. Do, 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 do. I like whatever this song is. Oh wait, I can actually like stuff on Pretzel. I should do that. Thumbs up. Give me more tracks like this. My camera is too high, and that's bothering me. I think I'm choosing to be distracted by that, but I'm going to do that real quick. BRB. I'm going to change it. Ah, much better. Much better. I got a new ring light, so everything's a work in progress over here. Let's see. Migrations or models.py. Yeah, I was going to ask if you could have access to the tables or at least some test data. BRB, going to pick up ramen. Also, I too would change the camera. Thanks, Liz. I have a good ramen. I'm kind of jealous. It sounds amazing. I haven't done much with Django, but it's inspired by Rails. I did not know that. I think if I... Let's see. Site visit. This looks like something. Look up data. Yeah. So that's something. Yeah, Slack is having a time at the moment. I saw that. So that's cool. Love that for me. That's fine. I'm streaming. I'm not working. I mean, I'm not. This is work. But I'm not doing Slack work. Although you did remind me that I should check when my next meeting is. It's at 2. So I've got a little over an hour. So that's not it. Site visit. This is not work. Wait, no, it's totally work. If my boss is watching, this is work. Do you have it running locally? I don't. So I should probably do that. Let's go. Here's a guide. Docker compose. Oh my God, I don't even have VS Code on this computer yet because I didn't think I'd have to. I didn't think I'd have to. Let's go, VS Code. Let's freaking go. Brr, 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 brr. This is the stream where we download things. Yeah, I'm on my Windows machine. So originally this was just supposed to be a stream machine, but we're having trouble getting my MacBook hooked up to it. So it's fine. Setup, it's already running. Okay. There we go. Accept the agreement. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Installing. Okay. It's fine. We'll figure it out together. I'm also going to have to redo my scene setup, but that's fine too. Gotta install Docker. Thank you. Getting it set up will buy us at least 30 minutes of airtime. I love when streamers watch my stream. You get me. Oh, man. All right. VS Code exists. This is nothing. I can close that because I need to change my desktop view so that y'all can see everything instead of just my browser. Only a little scary. So let's see. I love OBS. I love setting up OBS live on stream. Nothing like it. How do you crop things again? Gonna have to do it in. I thought it was control, but I guess not. All right. Crop source OBS. All right, stream. This is what we're doing. We're streaming. We're streaming about streaming. Oh God, how old is this? Oh, wait, there's a filter for it? I've always just done it in a, like, manually? Wow, you can crop with the filter. Who knew? Oh. No, I've literally always just picked the thing on the preview and cropped it by hand. I've never done it this way. This is fascinating. Who freaking knew? Probably everybody but me. OBS, incredibly user-friendly. Okay, all right, that's something. Gonna move this. And move that here and turn off my desktop. And we did it. Pew. Yeah. So I think now you can see, like, if I have VS Code. Yep, it shows. Okay, cool. You can make windows random shapes. Oh, yeah. I don't do that. I do not mess much with OBS. I set things up and then I say, that's nice. I did that. Done. Check. I think, yeah, you can see the very corner of my OBS. Let me just scooch that. No, you don't want. That's fine. I'll crop it more. OBS is so not user-friendly. Like, I love it, but also. I also only have one monitor at this setup, so that does not help. Okay. Whee! Now you can't see my OBS. 10 out of 10. Okay. So I did that. I believe I installed Docker. Boop. No, that's so long. Rip. I had an all hands this morning as well. It must be, it's just that time. Whoa, yes, Docker, I hear you. We're installing Docker. We're doing it. I still need to set my goals for the quarter, but since I just got back from traveling and like I just feel so like not in my routine yet, and like thinking about goals is hard. Trying to be strategic and see what I want to do for the quarter, and I mostly actually hit my goals for the last quarter. We do OKRs where like it's either a 0 or a 10. So you either did it or you didn't do it. And one of mine was not a 10. It's very common to not finish them, which is totally fine. But one of mine was so close. So I know I'm going to wrap that up. I know that's one of mine. But I did a pretty good job on some of the other ones, which I feel good about. OBS is like Docker, so powerful. I love it. Super user unfriendly. The absolute worst when it doesn't work. Yeah, we were watching your stream, like just hanging out downstairs. We had you on the TV with the baby and we were just doing whatever. And you were fighting with Docker. And I was like, be nice to my friend. And then I saw that Colby said that in the chat. Come on, Docker, stop being mean to my friend. Like Maven, like 80% of all dev software. Yeah, sounds right. Sounds right. Yeah, RIP. But that's okay. We work within these harsh conditions. Oh, and now you can see that this is just floating, this control center. So you couldn't see it when I was just sharing the window. But yeah, I was trying to get my lights thing up and it just froze forever. And I was scared to, yeah, now that's there. Cool. So yeah, it's just frozen. Submitted an issue. Oh, for the thing you were having on your stream? You must restart Windows. Well, that's not happening because I'm live. So we'll see if it works anyway. Blah, blah, blah. Did the installer. I think we're good on that. Docker. Need to log out of Windows, and that will be taken into account. Cool. Okay. Let's see what I can do without doing all that. So I do have my VS Code. Wow. Wow. Brand new setup. Nothing is correct. Nothing is right. It's fine. Didn't mean to click that. You can clone a repository. Do I have to log into? I think I have to log into. Is there a sync? Can I? Let's go. Did that work? Phew. Clicking buttons. Here we go. All right. That's totally fine. I can always switch gears, honestly. Hey, there's a Docker extension. Why can't I click the button? I don't want to read the docs. Make sure you install Git. Oh no, now we need to spend 20 minutes setting up VS Code. Always. Literally. Make sure to install Git. Do I do it in the command line? Let's find out. Git via Git. Git. Wow, I hate setting up the environment. Look, I'm just going to say it. It's terrible. There's so many steps. I just did this fairly recently and I'm still like, wow, everything's terrible. I don't remember what I did. 10 out of 10. Good stuff. Yes. Thank you, Windows installer. Do you like the way I didn't read any of those? I'm not complicated enough for that. The VS Code documentation assumes you're already familiar with Git. Lord. Oh, we have a dog visitor. Gotta do that for 30 minutes. I just keep the environment in GitHub code spaces and then just connect from VS Code. Oh, smart. Smart. Miles, you need to get higher so that the people at home can see you. Oh, you smell like you went outside. You smell like sunshine. Did you go outside? Did you go outside? Yeah. Yeah. We're looking low-key for a dog trainer for someone. I'm not going to name any names. But some dog needs a little bit of help with reactivity. So if you're in Austin and you know of a good dog trainer, let me know. Someone likes to bark at the door and the windows. And us sometimes. Yeah. All right, Miles' visit over. He decided I don't have any treats, I guess. Okay, but do I have to... I just want to press the clone repository button. And it won't let me. Oh, do I have to log into GitHub? How does he do with the baby? He's very good with the baby. I'm going to be real. Like, I was worried that we would need a trainer for, like, interacting well with the baby. But he's actually pretty great with the baby. He knows to be careful. Like, he's definitely more careful than some other dogs that the baby's met. And I can tell they're going to be good friends. It's going to be a second until they get there. But now that the baby's eating solids, they kind of have a bond over that because he'll, like, throw stuff on the ground. And Miles is like, thank you for dinner. But, like, the other day, the baby had a dog toy that he was holding and was, like, shaking it like this. And Miles was like, is it happening? Are we playing? And the baby's like, I know how to throw, but I didn't realize that's how we play the game. Like, he just doesn't know yet. So eventually, I think they'll be good friends. They get along well. And I think he's generally pretty good with the baby. But he always wants to also be around the baby. That's the other problem that we have with, like, kind of reactivity stuff is, like, if the baby is in the baby jail and Miles can't reach the baby, he starts whining. And also if the baby's crying, sometimes Miles will start crying, and then it's just like sensory overload for me. So yeah, it's a whole situation. But he's gentle. He clearly likes the baby. He'll like lick his hands and stuff after he's eaten. It's real sweet. They just need to, I think the baby needs to get a little older for them to be like best of friends. Oh, Miles is at my feet. How cute. Once the Git extension has activated. Oh, see, I'm in the wrong place. Git extension? No. Literally what? I know you and Coding Vibe can talk about how right you are. When's the Git extension? Is that in here? Ah, reload. Boop. There we go. We did it, boys and girls and non-binary pals. Okay, I already did that. We can close that. We can close that. Close that. Close that. Command line gets my friend. Yeah, when I first downloaded VS Code for this job, I was fighting with the source control, like the extensions, because there's like a GitHub VS Code extension, but I guess it's more for like reviewing code reads and PR requests and stuff. And then I was trying to make one and it wouldn't put it in the right place. And anyway, whatever. I know. You and Coding Vibe can bond on this. Fork. Exciting new advanced Git commands. That doesn't sound exciting to me though. I don't know if you know that. Okay. Code. Just. Boop. Oh, this is exciting. What's your favorite CLI only Git command? What I love about this is you're making, it feels like an attempt to be like, look at all these cool things that we have that you don't have. New folder. Coding. And honestly, when you talk to people that don't use, like a tool for Git stuff, they're like, I don't even know how to do that. All right, we're in here. I'm gonna just dig in and have some fun. Ooh. Settings, ooh. The sources. Oh, here's all the stuff. Code of conduct, Docker, compose, Docker. You told me to bond. This is not malicious compliance. It can be both. It can be both. That's a lot of requirements. Oh, I should go back to the installation guide. Okay. Docker. Git rebase. Cool. I don't think I want to do the manual install because I'm tired. But I don't think I have the right Python version. So that's something to think about. Oh, here we go. Sure. Let's just install some stuff. Why not? Auto Squash. That's like sounds like a futuristic game. Cause like squash, but auto squash. Pew. Can't do anything with this right now. And that's totally fine. Do I have any more? I'm quickly looking up, finding there isn't a lot, blah, blah, blah. So this is, I'm trying to see if CSS3 would be a good fit for Code Thesaurus, because I was trying to find some language that I could add. And I know CSS, HTML and stuff is not like the same, so seeing if it fits or not. But I do think I know how to write a Python function. How do I write a similar function in Sass is a very likely thing someone could want to look up and could. I have ideas for other things to compare that go outside programming language concepts like SQL, NoSQL. One thing I think would be cool is CSS versus Sass versus less versus whatever else is out there. That's much larger scale. Yeah, I don't know if I'm, like, we could talk about it is basically what Sarah's saying. So what I'm thinking is, this is more than I want to do at the moment, but I think it could be useful in the future. But because it would like break it would require changes to like the architecture of the don't hit the mic, of the project. And that's not a thing I necessarily want to get into during Hacktoberfest, but I think it could be cool in the future. So I'll reply saying as much. And I'll give a thumbs up. I hear you. I think this could be a good feature later on, but this is larger than if you make a commit with fixup commit sha. Auto squash will reorder your cookies and mark them as fixup for you. See, all of those are words that I know, but in that order, I have no idea what you said. So amazing. But this is cookies. Oh, to commits. I also know what commits are. I know what cookies are, like the kind you eat and the kind that are online. And I know what commits are. Wow, 10 out of 10. Becoming larger than what I was thinking. Adding CSS3 would be sweat, smile. So there would be I'm glad have started. Oh, thank you for the follow, Anya Rampage. That's a good name. Here's a bunch of emotes just for you. Thank you so much. Appreciate the follow. 10 out of 10 cookies eaten or blocked by a uBlock origin. Yeah, I agree. It's a great name. Hello and welcome. Now I want to make cookies. I have cookie dough in the fridge and in the freezer. What am I doing with my life? I'm glad to have started the discussion because all this sounds really useful. But like you said, this is quickly becoming larger than the initial issue. I don't think I have the bandwidth or skill, LOL, to work through these larger questions. And I think they could be reorganized either into another issue or a discussion awesome is what I'll say. Glad to have started this discussion because this all sounds really useful. But like you said, this is quickly becoming larger than the initial issue. I don't think I have the bandwidth or skill, LOL, to work through these larger questions. Should we reorganize this either into another issue, well, you can edit issues. This to another issue, talking through other types of comparisons that would be helpful. Into adding another issue about adding or do you want to edit this one? Thinking emoji. There we go. Wow, typing live on stream harder than you'd think. Awesome, I think this could be a good feature. I'm glad it started this, but like you said, this is quickly becoming larger than the initial issue. I don't think I have the bandwidth or skill to work through these larger questions myself. Okay. Should we reorganize this to another issue about adding other types of comparisons, or do you want to edit this one to encompass that instead of adding CSS? Okay. So all I've done so far is make Geeky Girl Sarah respond to me for like 10 years. Oh, God bless her. Hopefully I can actually contribute something so it can be useful. Hacktoberfest. Did I spell something wrong? Let's see. Boop. Thank you, Chailcodes. Let's see. There are fields that are for adding items to a mutable list. Those probably shouldn't be there. This probably means that while there's a create type list, there should be a create type list from items thing too. Ooh, okay. So this is editing the template. Meta language. This file asks you to insert into immutable lists. I think it's removing from the meta file. Okay. Okay. I think I can do this. Can I take this one on? Smiley. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Thank you. This sounds within my abilities. And then and any language it's added to, yeah. Okay. This one I'll reply to after I get to dig into that. Yes, I'm doing it. I'm helping. Yeah, so like I want to help with some of this, like the data that's missing. That's originally what I thought I could help with. But all the stuff that's left is languages that I have. I mean, I barely have experience with programming, but all the stuff that's left is languages I definitely don't have experience with. And so it feels like that should not be a thing that I do versus other people. Rethink functions versus subroutines in functions concept file. This issue is to think on what this file should use for this. Yeah, I don't know enough about that. I feel like enums. Add a category for enums. From there, add in several concepts that describe what they look like in many languages. From there, make the concepts. Describe how they work in languages in ways that could be compared. Also give them good descriptions. Yeah, this is not a thing I know. So I'm going to call that a no. Like, I could probably do it, but I think I would struggle through it. Fix lists. Idea. Okay, stats page. Add a browse feature. Add PowerShell core support. Add lists. Add strings. Add strings.
All right, let's bring that beat back.
Download or email the docs. Download feature using JavaScript and email. Do you think people would be wanting to download this? Interesting. Each file should link to the appropriate place of documentation for that language. Okay, so it's the adding a line of documentation, official documentation for each language. It's every language is done by Microsoft or Mozilla. Like, it's all, so many of them are just like owned by big tech. TM. Does Mozilla count as big tech? You know what I mean? Okay. So how do I... So many are not. Okay, true. But like, I guess I shouldn't be surprised when they are, is sort of my thinking. I just learned about was it Lolcat? This project mentioned Lolcat, the programming language, or Lolcode, here it is, which I don't think is owned by Microsoft, for example. No more website. That's okay. But like, hi, 1.2, can has studio, visible, hi world, okay, thanks, bye. Oh yeah, okay, Rust. I watched Chris Nova a lot, and she's currently doing Rust, including like contributing to some of the core library. It's so funny how many programming streams I watch for not even being close to being able to do that. But yeah, Rust seems very cool in terms of like how they're set up, and also like, not that this is the same thing, but Rust is, if you use Rust, you're called a Rustation, and that's just really cute. Totally open source, made by people who love programming languages. Yeah, that's cool. And the other thing I've heard about Rust is like, yeah, here's the thing, performance. Because I was talking to Coding Vibe about like, I guess like the next step for him would be to learn something like Rust or Go, like something that has better performance. And I was like, does that really matter? Like if you're an advanced like engineer, does it make that much of a difference? And he was like, yes. And that's why you see like the people that do it are like, you know, sort of advanced in their skill. So I think that's interesting. And I think the way it's set up is really interesting. And all the like leftist people I know are deeply into Rust, or like it seems like a lot of them are. There's an overlap there. Kirk, Matz, Yehuda, I hope I said that right, Aaron Patterson, they're all huge nerds. yeah, that checks out. Community, user forum, internal forum, Oh my God, so many platforms. Read about Rust. Look at all these nerds. Look at all these nerds doing meetups. Check out the 2020 conference lineup. RIP. And that's outdated. But aren't we all? Look at this. Look at the little crustacean. Look at the rustation. But it's also a bridge. Adorable. Very intentional in its governance. Yeah, that seems like a very challenging thing to do. So I really admire like what little like there's overlap with the idea of like governance for a language and a project, and also like managing any sort of community aspect. So like I always look to people who are doing it successfully, and we can all learn from each other in that, right? So I appreciate places that are good about that. Ruby's very disorganized but loved. Yeah. Well, I know you love it. And the community there seems very good. Yeah, there's a whole page for governance. Every major decision starts as a request for comments. Cool. Look at all these teams. Enjoying a leisurely retirement. This is me. I'm on the alumni. I haven't done anything, but I'm on the alumni. And they have the working groups. Cool. Though sometimes arduous, this community deliberation is Rust's secret sauce for quality. I mean, I do think that's important, but it does make everything take longer. I was watching at CommundaCon, one of the keynotes was by, I think it's called Green Software Foundation. Yeah. And they're working on this like concept of green software, which green software is software responsible for emitting fewer greenhouse gases. Our focus is reduction, not neutralization. That's important to me because it doesn't, like, you can't out recycle climate change. Like, you can't be like, oh, I bought some carbon credits, so we're fine, right? Like, you have to reduce. But they do things like anytime they make a decision, all their member organizations have a say. And they said that makes it take a long time to make this stuff happen. But as a result, like, you get buy-in from everyone. Let me see if it says in here. 4 working groups, how we function. Yeah, it functions via consensus. So yeah, if consensus cannot be reached, then you can decide to vote. Each org has 1 vote. So whether you're a nonprofit with 10 employees or a corporation with 100,000 employees, you hold the same weight. So yeah, I thought this was an interesting way to run an org, especially one that is like when I saw the list of members, I was surprised to see some of like Shell is in here. Yeah, AIML is super carbon heavy. Yeah. And also just like there's an impact for streaming. There's an impact for coding. Like running any sort of tech takes energy. It's not maybe as bad as like blockchain stuff, like when we're talking about NFTs and things like that. But I think it's important to be like, yeah, running software takes energy. It all is consumption. But yeah, like I saw Shell on here and I was like, what the hell is Shell doing here? I have so many questions. But yeah, I think it's interesting. One of the concepts they talked about was, and I don't remember what it was called, but the idea is like taking advantage of times where the grid is in less demand and running your software then. So basically like, kind of like when, if you have a smart thermostat and you know, they'll be like, hey, the grid is going to be higher demand. We're going to go, like, it's hot in the summer for Texas, right? Like for us, we're going to go a couple degrees warmer when the demand is highest so that we can save power overall and things like that. So batch processing is back, baby. Oh, maybe it's under here. Principles. I want to see what it's called. I don't think it's carbon intensity, but maybe that's... Oh, carbon aware. That's what it is. I saw it down here. Carbon aware applications. So being able to see when the demand is higher, do more when the demand is lower. So yeah, I think that's cool. I think there's ways that we can all be doing better, and every single thing that you do has an impact. At the beginning of the stream, I was talking about I bought a new ring light. I bought my Elgato ring light, and we went transactional. Now it's back to batch processing. Okay, right, but like, also that's the nature of capitalism. Is like, how do I put it? Like we're always trying to find the most efficient and the thing that costs the least, and so we can maximize profits. But then if consumers start caring about other things, then you start incorporating that in. So like, oh wait, consumers care that we use too much energy. Consumers care that we are destroying the planet, whatever. And then you start seeing demand for that. But yeah, one reason I picked Elgato. So first of all, if I can pull up the tweet, Elgato. So I was looking for a secondhand ring light, primarily because buying secondhand always has less impact on the environment. So I try to buy stuff secondhand first if I can. And I looked at their like sustainability page on their website, and they talked about like packaging, and they talked about other things like that they do, which I'll get there. I think that's pretty cool too. But I wanted to see if they had like officially refurbished stuff so that you know that it still works, but it was returned or whatever, so it can't be sold as new. And I ended up buying one from eBay because they sell like a whole bunch of refurbished stuff. It's 50% cheaper, number one. So that's like pro tip. And you can feel good about buying something secondhand. So you're not adding to the demand for new, because especially tech is high. Like building tech, it requires so many resources, and especially ones that have to be mined. And like there's always like people talking about like, oh, well, who mined the stuff that's in your iPhone and stuff like that. So it's just better to buy secondhand if you're able. So I was really excited that I could find it secondhand. It was significantly cheaper. It arrived. It's great. And the packaging for all Elgato stuff, which like packaging is such a small part of the impact, but the packaging is just like molded cardboard, which is really exciting. Oh my gosh. Hi. Ending with Allie with the raid, with the 36-person raid. Wow. Thank you so much. Hello. I'm just talking about sustainability with Elgato ring lights. It's so good to see you. What were you streaming? Did you have a good one? Here, I'll switch to the big screen. Hello. Welcome everybody. Thanks for coming in. I think I got a follow. Yeah, Kiri Bloodrose, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Leak code and Kubernetes. Fun. I'm working on Hacktoberfest stuff and also getting distracted very easily, because that is where I'm at today. So I was talking about I got a new ring light, but I got it refurbished, and I was talking about sustainability when it comes to tech, because that is the thing I care about. And if you buy refurbished, then you're not contributing to demand for new things. So I was excited that I found some refurbished official Elgato stuff. Getting ready for KubeCon. Yes. Oh my gosh, is that soon? In my mind, it's in the summer. No, oh my gosh, October. Yeah, I thought it already happened, but it did not. October 24th through 28th in Detroit. Ooh, say hi to Aisha. I popped through Detroit on my way to Berlin. That was one of our stops, one of our many, many stops. Wow, 2 weeks. Are you, what are you doing there? Are you doing a booth or talk, or just attending anything specific and fun? But yeah, hi Raiders. My name's Mia. I stream occasionally. I'm trying to stream twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. I work in tech, but I am not a programmer, so I'm learning how to program, and that is a lot of what I do on the stream. Coder is attending. Nice. Well, I'm attending solo. Oh, but you are Coder, is my understanding. That means that you are the representation. Yeah. Well, have so much fun. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be a good one. I hear good things every time. So yeah. Oh, Maddie Two Shoes, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Here's some fun emotes for you. Emote explosion. I'm so glad I added that. It just brings me joy, and that's the point. Yeah, well, have so much fun. I'm looking at the website. I'm seeing. Now that is an emote explosion. It's true. It's true. Oh, that's cool that they actually have COVID precautions. Imagine a world with COVID precautions. Keynote speakers. Ooh, I recognize some of these names. Sweet. But tell me what their talks are about. Does it say? No. It does say here's all of our 10,000 sponsors. Have a good time. Bye. Thank you for the raid. Appreciate it. And I know I owe you a DM. Yeah. So I'll DM you when I get offline. Have a good one. Have fun. Bye. Yeah. Man, this is not a super easy to look at schedule, but it's because it's too big. It's too big to do it any other way. Look at all these things. All right. So yeah, buy it from Elgato, buy refurbished. That's my point here. But I'll go back to doing some work. So I think I can do this. Sign up for that. We're working on Hacktoberfest. I'm trying to find some stuff to contribute for Code Thesaurus, which I learned from Chael Codes, who was in the chat earlier, may still be in the chat, working on it on her stream. So small world. But basically, it's a tool to compare languages. So you can pick a concept, pick a language you know, pick a language you don't know, and then see a comparison. Trying to see. Still here, yeah! Why do I keep picking languages where they don't have? I guess Java. Oh, Ada. Now Ada doesn't have it. I know C++ has it, or C# has it. Yeah, so then it'll show you comparison between the two. And you can also see a reference sheet about a specific language concept and the language. So looking for stuff to help. If you haven't heard of Hacktoberfest, you should. It's hosted by DigitalOcean, and it's been several years in the running now. And if you participate and you get 4 approved PRs, you can get a t-shirt or a tree planted in your name. And then also I work for Camunda, so I have been helping organize our Hacktoberfest event, where it's sort of like a sub event, like a sub challenge. If you do 4 PRs to any Camunda repo, including some of our bpmn.io repos, Camunda Community Hub repos, you can also get a t-shirt. And we're also planting trees for every single pull request that is submitted. So this is the design of the t-shirt. It's pretty cute. So yeah, been helping out with behind the scenes and trying to also contribute. You're the coolest person I know. Shut up. You're like infinitely cooler than me. So that's already false. But yeah, it's I love working on stuff like this behind the scenes. It's really fun. And yeah, this is the Camunda Community Hub. This is all of our community contributed extensions that we have. And a lot of them are accepting Hacktoberfest stuff. How cool could I be? I'm covered in hives. Hey, we've all been there. I've been covered in hives. Also, it happens to the best of us. Oh, also, I never go to this page when I'm actually live on Twitch. This little thing shows when I'm live and when I'm offline. And I think that's very cool. So that's fun. Did you say they posted the t-shirt design? No, the official Hacktoberfest people have not. I imagine it's similar to this branding. I didn't see anything about their official t-shirt. I was saying the Camunda one is this design in the background. That's the t-shirt. Less exciting, I know. But a lot of brands are doing like their own challenge where if you contribute to their repos, then you get like t-shirt or stickers or whatever. I saw, Chael, that you had your, I think it was the 2019 Hacktoberfest shirt. It's a good one. All the Hacktoberfest shirts are very cool. Man, I feel for Geeky Girl Sarah. There's a lot of stuff. What stack is Camunda? Ooh, what a question. Let's find out together. I don't know. Can I show this? I don't want to show anything secret, so let's find out. Hello? Octa, hello? Oh, I didn't press the button. So I think there's like a lot of, I'm going to take this away from you for a second. I think most of these are, whoop, 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 that's OBS. Wow, I'm so good at this. I think most of these are, can I sort by, public, haha. Here we go. So here are all the public ones. So I know there's Java, JavaScript. Looks like this one's Scala. Free marker. No idea what that is. But yeah, mostly JavaScript and Java. But if you look at, so that's like the official like Camunda repos. But if you go look at the Boo Scala, hey, no hating on languages and stuff here. Okay. But if you go to the community hub, it's like a much wider variety. I mean, obviously there's still a lot of Java. Hey, Rust, that's something. Kotlin, all kinds of stuff. And we have clients written in different languages. So like there's a Python 3.1. God, I think if I just search client, we'll find all of them. But it's like all the major languages. Low code UI template, that's in TypeScript, Java, Rust, Micronaut, which like, do I know what that is? No, but there's a whole bunch of stuff for it. C#, Kotlin. Oh, this is a REST client. Node.js. Oh, hello. Jarpa Jari, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. This emote explosion is just for you. Yeah, a bunch of, there's like 3 Python ones, and I think none of them are currently like actively maintained. So there's a lot of different stuff there. C#, Shell. I saw one in a language called, Ballerina. That's a language I had not heard of. Interesting. So yeah, there's a clients in a lot of different languages, and then just like lots of different projects. So lots of fun Camunda stuff if you are interested in business process orchestration, even if you're not. Okay, so I'm gonna call that a day. I'm gonna leave this open for later. Don't have any new things. I feel like, okay, add it to the file. Discuss if it should be per item, per category, per file. So this is something I'm gonna, is there a way to bookmark a thing without actually, like, I don't want to comment on this. I just want to save this issue because it looks like I could add this to a couple of things and be like, hey, I did it for this. Like I did it all for all the JavaScript things, all the Python things. But maybe this is, maybe this is for all of it. Okay, I'll keep that open. Already installed Docker. We can close this. I'm working on that. Okay, cool. And I already registered for Hacktoberfest. Neat. Okay. My favorite thing that's happened so far with Hacktoberfest this year is someone tried to submit to the Camunda form. And so we have like, please provide your 4 pull requests that were approved, your GitHub handle, your email address. And they included my GitHub handle, which I was like, oh, is that like the default on there for some reason? Like, was that just on the form as the default? But then I looked at the PRs that they tried to submit and they were all my PRs that I had done in September. They weren't even done in October. And I was like, hey, those don't even qualify. Also, I'm reviewing this and I know you're not me. So I thought that was funny. Cool. So I think I'm good with that for now. Not going to do any more JavaScript. Any JavaScript. I said more like I did any today. But they want the t-shirt. They just know it's a free t-shirt. People are wild. Like I know it was 2 years ago. It was the 2020 Hacktoberfest that somebody made a YouTube video that got hundreds of thousands of views that was like, here's how you get your free t-shirt. And like, it was wild. And people got so much spam because of it, because they just wanted a t-shirt, which is so like, it's frustrating that now it has to be in the Hacktoberfest rules is like, hey, we care about quality over quantity and please like follow like kind of our vibes. I actually reported, they have a section where you can report repos that are not in the spirit of Hacktoberfest. And like, I felt like the fun police. Okay. I felt kind of mean doing this, but I was on Dev 2 because I posted about our Camunda challenge. Let me see if I can, wait, did you see that? Dev 2 Chailcodes captions Twitch is in my history. That's how often I recommend it. Oh, I'm not logged in or anything, so it's not going to show me. But like, so at the bottom of each post, like it'll also show like recommendations from a similar topics, right? And so I had tagged it Hacktoberfest, and another post that was tagged Hacktoberfest came up, and it was like similar to that video. It's like, here's how you get your 4 PRs for Hacktoberfest. And the person had a repo that was just like, this is great for your first pull request because the only thing we're requesting is for you to add your name to the list of contributors. So like the pull request was just like, add your name. And it had like all the Hacktoberfest labels and stuff. And I was like, this doesn't count. So I reported it because I'm the fun police. But truly, like, you know, don't just open up a garbage project just so that people can get a free t-shirt. Like, and also it was like, if you follow me, you'll get a review faster on your PR. And that made me want to, like, that was a Joker pilled moment for me. So yeah, I reported it, and they can decide if it fits their requirements or not of Hacktoberfest. But I did not think it was in the spirit. And again, fun police, population Mia. So yeah, I think I'm going to call it done for today. I feel like I did my Hacktoberfest things. I signed up for a couple of things. We can work on that for the rest of the month. I don't know if I'll end up hitting 4 PRs, but I'm going to try. And maybe I'll try to find another project next time that has... Oh, yeah. There's a project called Open Sauced. And this might be what I look for next time. This is like a help to find open source projects stuff. So I'll probably work on that. Thank you, Coding Vibe. Appreciate you. Let's go. Let's find out who else is streaming. It would help if I could type correctly. It's fine though. But yeah, I'll find another project. If you have any other project suggestions that I'm happy to help with documentation and other things like that, but generally code is not my skill set. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you. Let's see. Oh, Battlesnake's live. Battlesnake is live. But they're doing upcoming rules and API changes. Okay, that's not as exciting actually. Let me see if anyone else is streaming under the Hacktoberfest tag. Let's see. Oh, only one other person. Let's see. Slim DevOps. Hacktoberfest with Docker extensions. Oh, these are Linux. I don't know if any of y'all are Linux people. I say that like I'm not streaming to a bunch of programmers. I did a new blog post, and when it first went live, it was like all the views were from Linux, and I thought that was the funniest thing I'd ever seen. Yeah, let's just look under programming then. Programming. Live channels. Under software and game development. If you have anyone that's live that you want to raid, we can also do that. I feel like all the people I follow stream at night, or like just not during the day. And it's also hard to find folks that aren't doing game dev, because I feel like that's not really adjacent to what I do as well. Study PHP with me, Codecademy courses. Yeah, okay, let's call it. Let's do that. That sounds good. Melody Dev. Aspiring web developer. All right. Let's do it. Melody. Raid. Melody Dev. Phew. Awesome. Well, hey, thank you everyone for tuning in. I really appreciate it. As I get back to streaming on a regular basis, I only have... Nope, I lied. I was about to say I don't have much travel planned, but that's not true. I'll be taking a break again at the end of the month, beginning of November, but I'm very excited to be back and be doing Hacktoberfest stuff. Appreciate you all tuning in. Love you too, Twitty Such. Infinite love for everyone in the chat. Nothing I love more than hanging out with my friends and getting support through some of this tech stuff that I'm trying to figure out. But yeah, I'll be back on Tuesday. Also, I'll be in Coding Vibe stream tonight, 9 p.m. Central Time-ish. So if you want to hang out and watch some more chill coding vibes, coding vibe is your person. And I'll see you all on Tuesday. Thanks again so much. And don't forget to drop by Melody Dev with me. Say hi. Be nice. Be good. Chat. Just kidding. I know you will be. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Mwah. Keep it cute.